Namaste, beloveds. I am Sayidana. Welcome to my temple. Earlier this week, I made a poll asking you all if I should make a video about magically severing ties and disconnecting yourself from old timelines, past traumas, past experiences, and old connections. And that's what this video is going to be about. Firstly, though, I want to say that since this is a conversation about magic and the metaphysical realm, magic isn't to be played with. It's not something you just dabble in and look on Google and do a spell from Google. That's not what magic is meant for. It's not to put hexes on people that made you upset in the grocery store. Magic is serious. You have to remind yourself that whatever energy you put out, you will get back. Keep that in mind while you're watching this video, and keep that in mind if you are practicing magic or diving into the metaphysical. I've been a practitioner for 5+ years, so I'm happy to share the things that I've learned and am learning on my journey. I never thought I would ever talk publicly about my practice, but now things seem to be more accepted and more open-minded when it comes to these types of things. Of course, I'm not going to share all of the things that I do. I'm not going to share every spell that I do, and I'm not going to share every single part of my practice because it is still very sacred and very private for me. Magic is basically tapping into the universe's energy, cosmic energy, and channeling that energy to manifest and bring about what you want in your reality. Since my path is all about healing the body, healing the mind, healing the spirit, that's what magic's purpose in my life is. Just healing myself, healing others, and healing my loved ones. So whenever we meet anyone, a connection is made and a bond is made, and there's now a tie there. So look at the world as a big cosmic web. Look at it as if it were a spider web, okay? And every time you meet someone or go somewhere, your web gets taken there and you connect with other people's webs. It's like intertwining webs all the time. That's why when you go somewhere, you can feel people's energy. What you're feeling is their web of energy passing through you. This is what people mean when they say we're all connected. Whenever you go through a traumatic experience, or a low vibrational experience, or even just any type of experience that leaves a mark on you and hits you deeply inside, there's a tie there. There's a soul tie there, and there's a magical tie there. That's why whenever we try to move on from things or people, there's always still thoughts that come up, or feelings that come up, or we have dreams about these people. Yeah, we can walk away from them, but if that soul tie is still there, if that spiritual connection and tie is there, then we're gonna keep thinking about what happened. We're gonna keep thinking about what could have happened, what should have happened, how they're doing, what they're doing, all these different things that take our energy. Whatever you're feeding grows. First, what I want you to do, if you have a pen, grab a pen and some paper, and you can write down what I'm about to say, take some notes, and do this on your own time. One of the things that I like to do is envision myself and the person that may have hurt me or that I may have connected with that I'm no longer connected to in a clear bubble. So envision yourself and whoever the person may have been, or whatever the experience may have been that you had, and try to see a happy experience for you and that person, or for you in that environment, and keep putting that in your head. Keep thinking about the happy experience that you had, and start to push the bubble away. Push it away with love, push it away with acceptance, push it away with forgiveness. And as you're pushing it away, see the bubble and see the event and experience and you and that person going farther and farther and farther away. Just keep releasing that bubble, pushing away. And once you can't see the bubble anymore, breathe in, breathe out, and let it go. That's basically my way of changing the ending. If it was a bad ending or an abrupt ending or a really fast, really ugly ending, I like to think of the conclusion of the connection in a more graceful and happy and joyful and peaceful way. That way, when you let it go, you're not constantly thinking about, oh, I should have did this differently. Oh, I should have did that differently. Why did they do that? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with me? Why did it, you don't want to keep having those disrupting thoughts in your mind. You don't want to be cooking and then boom, your whole mood changes because you start thinking about the past and what could have happened or what you could have done differently. You couldn't have done anything differently, first of all. Everything happened the way that it should have to get you to where you are now. There are no mistakes in this universe. There are no mistakes in this realm. There are no mistakes, period. We came here to learn. And what better way to learn than from experience? What better way to know what we want on our path than to experience what we don't want on our path? This next way to sever any old connections is called a cord cutting ritual. This is basically a ritual that anyone can do. It's a very simple, easy ritual. And really what you need for this next ritual is 2 pieces of paper, a pen, and some scissors. So basically what you do on these pieces of paper is you write your name on one paper and the other person's name that you're trying to cut the tie from on the other piece of paper. Basically write down underneath your names what you want to let go of, what negative feelings or emotions or thoughts about this person you want to let go of, and also even about yourself, things you want to let go of. And you tie a string to both papers. You can roll up the paper and tie some string around it like that, and roll up the other paper and tie the same string around the other piece of paper. What you do is you think of all of the negative or lower vibrational things that you want to let go of from this connection. You think about and write down also any traumatic events that may have occurred between this connection, and you can even write down any emotions or feelings about yourself that may have came from this connection or soul tie. After the 2 papers are done being written on and all tied up with the string, you do a little meditation, maybe 5-minute meditation, and visualize that bubble that I told you about in the first one. Visualize everything being more peaceful, the ending being better, and let go of this soul tie and that person in a peaceful way. And after you feel more peaceful, positive feelings towards that person, you cut the string. And basically, by you cutting that string, it represents that first connection that you had together, that first soul tie that you had together, that you made, that kept growing, that you two kept adding to and feeding. When you cut that string, it basically disconnects your spirit from their spirit and disconnects their mind from your mind. So whenever they're dreaming about you, you're not going to be dreaming about them. Whenever they're thinking about you, they're not going to pop up in your head randomly and ruin your day, you know? One more way that works for me is whenever these feelings about myself or thoughts about myself or triggers about my current coming from my past come up, I like to write down whatever negative feeling or emotion or thought I'm feeling. You should get a journal specifically for the triggers or emotions that pop up out of the blue about the past. And you'll use this journal whenever you feel like you're getting in your old thinking again. You're feeling those old feelings again. You're overwhelmed by thoughts of the past or thinking about that experience that really hurt you. And whenever you're feeling those things, just write in your journal what exactly you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, And after you've written however many pages about how you feel down, remind yourself at the end of writing that you've come so far from that experience. You don't have to deal with that anymore. Remind yourself that you're safe now. You're safe here. And whatever happened back then can't hurt you where you are. Remind yourself that you're here for yourself now. You're protecting yourself now. And whatever you didn't know then, you do know now. So you can protect yourself if you didn't protect yourself before. It's okay, you did nothing wrong. Be gentle with yourself with this process, because letting go and severing ties, it's gonna take time. You're gonna have to be patient. You're going to have to be gentle and kind with yourself, because the growing pains are going to hurt, but it's all gonna be worth it in the end. And if you do feel like you need to talk to the person that hurt you, or you do feel like you have a lot to say still about the trauma that you had to experience and endure, you can write a letter and burn the letter. You don't have to send it. You don't have to text a full message to them. You don't have to call them. You don't have to give them any more of your energy. You don't have to put your energy anywhere that is draining you in a low vibrational way. You can write that letter. You can get whatever is on your chest off of your chest and burn the letter. Using the element of fire or even water is really good for letting go of old ties and severing ties and letting go of the past, because fire burns everything away and water washes away the past. It washes away any hindering feelings or hurtful emotions. That's why after we take showers, we feel refreshed, we feel clear, we feel great. Since we're talking about water, that's another way you can sever old ties. Taking a shower is also magic. It's magical. You set the intention of clearing and cleansing off any debris or negative energy or old energy or other people's energy. Visualizing yourself being cleansed of these things while you're showering, it'll set that intention and put that in motion for you. Of course, I'm giving guidance because I'm confident in the wisdom that I have about these things, but I still want you to build your own wisdom about these things. I still want you to read, do research, and find your own answers. Find your own things that you want to use and do for yourself, because I know my way isn't the only way. The universe is too big for my way to just be the only way there is to do these things. I really hope my words have helped. I hope the magical advice and spells that I've stated will help you on your journey, and I couldn't mash everything into a few minutes, but if you do have any questions, if you are wondering about more, feel free to email me, feel free to comment, feel free to message me. That's what I'm here for. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this space with me. I hope you have an amazing week, and I hope you find peace in this current lifetime.